For people who are struggling to make ends meet, they often face tough choices about which bills they're going to pay on time, late, or even miss a payment. I'm Austin from Achieve, and I study the financial situation of American households. If you're a personal finance and data junkie like me, you probably pay really close attention to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York's quarterly survey that looks at household debt and credit levels. The latest readings just came out, and what Achieve did was developed a complementary survey to understand not just what the numbers are that the Fed's reporting, but why consumers are having the debt that they have, what their payment behaviors look like, and how their delinquency levels are tracking. We talked to consumers who recently missed a payment on things like their credit card, their auto loan, their student loan. And we asked them what were the main reasons why they struggle to pay their bills. The leading reason was inflation and the cost of everyday essentials. The second biggest reason was people who had either lost a job or had a reduction in hours or pay that was making it even harder for them to make ends meet. The third most frequent reason was just simply forgetting to pay. We think a big reason for that is that people have so many different accounts. People have a lot more accounts than they did in the past, whether it's things like buy now, pay later, where they're doing individual transactions at multiple different stores, or maybe they have multiple credit cards because they only have a small credit limit on each individual account. It becomes a lot harder to keep track of all of those different accounts. And so even with all of the digital tools that are out there that are really great, if you still have a lot of accounts and a lot of debt, people are facing trouble paying those bills and meeting those financial obligations. We ask consumers who are facing various financial situations which bills are the highest priority and the lowest priority for them. And across the board, the majority of respondents in our survey plan on paying their bills on time. Student loans were the top bill that consumers said that they would either miss or pay late on. Meanwhile, mortgage and rent, insurance, car loans were typically the bills that people prioritized the most and that fewer people said that they would miss or be late on. That's not surprising because you need a place to live, you need to be able to get to work, you need your cell phone and things like that. And with all of the discussion happening in the student loan industry and with the government and forbearances and debt forgiveness, I think a lot of student loan borrowers are maybe waiting to see if they'll be able to get some form of student loan forgiveness or some sort of reduction in what they owe. And so they're maybe a little bit more reluctant to repay their loans, especially if they have to make a choice about what to pay and what not to pay. Things like your rent, mortgage, and car are going to be much higher priorities than student loan that may actually get forgiven down the road sometime soon.